Good day, everyone. Today's 10 Interesting Facts is on Marty McFly from my favorite movie of all time, Back to the Future. If you like these kind of videos, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button on this video. Now, let's get into this.
Number 1.
Marty was born on June 12, 1968 in Hill Valley, California, to George and Lorraine McFly. He was the youngest of 3 children. He had a brother Dave, who was born in 1963, and a sister Linda, who was born in 1965.
Number 2.
Little is known about Marty's childhood, except for the fact that he set the living room rug on fire when he was 8 years old, and that he got a scar on his left knee from skateboarding down the courthouse steps when he was 12. When Marty was still a child, his grandfather Arthur refused to take him to the zoo.
Number 3.
Marty met his future girlfriend Jennifer Parker in elementary school, although they became less acquainted after the 4th grade. When Marty was 15, he sneaked out of the house one evening and set off on his skateboard to meet his friends. However, his mother heard the sound of the skateboard and went after Marty in the car. Eventually, Marty became the lead guitar player of his band, the Pinheads, and dreamed of one day becoming a rich and famous rock star.
Number 4.
On October 2nd, 1982, Marty met Doc Emmett Brown after trying to steal a tube for needles for his guitar amplifier. After going through a few scientific traps, Dr. Brown told Marty to call him Doc, as in, "What's up, Doc?" and asked if he was there to apply for the assistant position they had advertised. Marty at first said yes, but then changed his mind and admitted he came for the tube. Doc admitted he did not put out an advertisement for an assistant, and he offered the job to Marty anyways.
Number 5.
On November 26, 1984, Marty reintroduced himself to Jennifer Parker, whom he hadn't been acquainted with since grade 4. Doc told Marty to not hide his feelings for Jennifer. Marty was afraid of rejection, but decided to follow Doc's advice. Marty asked Jennifer out, and she said yes. They went to see a Clint Eastwood movie at the theater.
Number 6.
Marty came very close to finding the DeLorean before the night he went back in time. Marty had come to see Doc about helping Marty for a science fair project. When Doc told him he could use whatever he wanted in his lab, Marty searched the lab and saw a car under a big tarp. Later on, Marty, feeling bad that he had no right to take Jennifer out, was considering taking the car that was under the tarp. However, he did not want to break Doc's trust and instead asked to borrow his parents' car.
Number 7.
Marty was an easygoing adolescent most of the time. In the first film, he had a bit of a habit of disregarding adults. However, Marty is well-intentioned, kind, loyal, and a music-loving teenager. He was not the best student academically. His grades were fairly good, but he had a tendency to be late for school.
Number 8.
Marty is a very loyal guy. He consistently sticks up for the little guy when asked for help. He is also very steadfast to Doc Brown, as a number of adults, including his parents, have said he's very risky to be around, but Marty says he's really not. When faced with danger, Marty was always courageous and could be very resourceful and shrewd. His only major character flaw was his persistent desire to show others that he was not a coward, which sometimes caused him to take unnecessary risks.
Number 9.
Marty had a strained relationship with George in the original 1985. Marty seems both irritated and embarrassed with his father, particularly about the fact that George can't stick up for himself, especially against Griff. In the original 1985, Marty was also somewhat standoffish with his mother. He was listening, bored, as she endlessly told the story of how she and George met. She smoked and drank heavily, resulting in her being slightly overweight and acted weary and somewhat bitter towards her children. She openly disapproved of Jennifer, constantly telling Marty when she was young she never pursued a boy in any way, and that any girl who pursued a boy was bad news.
Number 10.
After returning to the future, Marty finds that George is entirely different than he would have been in the original 1985. Confident, suave, and a successful writer, having written a successful novel, A Match Made in Space, which was clearly inspired by the events of 1955. Marty finds that Lorraine is wildly different than her original 1985 self. She is much more fit, is no longer an alcoholic, and does not smoke. She and George are members of the tennis club and have a healthy, flirtatious relationship, and their marriage seems perfect. Marty has a much closer relationship with his mother in the new timeline. In addition, Lorraine approves of Jennifer and is thrilled about Marty going up to the lake, much to Marty's relief. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. So, do you like Back to the Future? Discuss below. Take care and have a great day.